Welcome back, fellers and fellettes. Today we're going to get into top modifications that I recommend to do to each one of these trucks. We've got 3 different generations sitting here, and we'll do the modifications, just a go over list of what I like to do to them and what I recommend you guys to do to them, and the way it's going to benefit you, and just simple things that make the truck way more enjoyable. So we'll get into it. First one we're going to get into is this 2000 Mitsubishi U62T. As you can see, this thing is a monster. We've put a big lift kit on it. It's one that I've designed, and I really like this lift kit. It's 5.5 inches of lift. You have Supermax coil springs on the struts in the front, and it gives the truck so much more clearance than 1.5 inches over the 4-inch lift that you find typical for this truck. But don't let the lift imitate you with how the CV axle angle is. The CV axle angle in this truck is actually better than the 2-inch lift that you can buy for this truck. So it has less of an angle than a 2-inch lift, but yet you've got 5.5 inches of lift out of this thing. All kinds of ground clearance. I mean, it's just a whole nother beast from what we typically see out of the U62. And just for height reference, the truck is just as tall, or maybe just a hair taller than I am. And standing here next to this DD51 with no lift on it, what a difference, guys. So U62 modifications that I like to do to them: obviously lift kit, wheel and tire package. The wheel and tire package I use is a 13-inch wheel, typically whatever I can get to fit, and the Foursome 165/80 13s, 8-ply tires, and they're very heavy-duty tire. They're skinny. The trucks seem to perform better with these tires than if you was to use a UTV tire. So on the inside, I do stereo and speakers. So if you have the room inside your truck to do a double din stereo, that's what I would do. Put a backup camera on it, touch screen, Bluetooth capabilities, put your Android Auto and your Apple CarPlay in there, and just make the truck a little more suitable for your music, your phone calls, and whatever else you can utilize that stereo for. Another thing I like to do to these things, and I highly recommend, is your tinted windows. They have big windows, small truck, so it kind of feels like you're sitting in a water bottle going down the road. And it's you know, the heat from the glass, and it's not the most comfortable thing. So I typically tint all the windows, and the shade of tint, the back glass, do it as dark as you can. Usually a 3 or a 5% is what I do on the back window. And depending on where you're going to be driving the truck, if it benefits you to tint the windows as far as seeing out, and like if you're off-road, you may not want these windows tinted. But if you're out in the ball open sun, out in the fields a lot, do like a 35 or a 20% on the front doors. And you can even go as far as tinting the front windshield as well. It's really going to help the air conditioning keep up in these trucks if you have air conditioning. But if you don't, it's at least going to keep so much sun rays from coming in and heating everything up in the cab. Another thing inside this cab, come around and take a look at it. This is the U62. And what I really like about this interior is it's spacious. It's probably the most comfortable truck that I've been in between the 90s, early 2000s, all the way up into the new S510s. But over here we've got the cigarette lighter plug. We removed it, put a USB port in there. It's a dual USB port. It has a voltage meter right in the middle, so you can see what your alternator is doing, what your charging system is putting out voltage wise. Another thing, if your truck doesn't have a passenger sun visor, it has the holes here. All you need is the sun visor and screws. You can put a second sun visor over here for a passenger if that's something that you need. Yet again, if you tint the windshield, you probably wouldn't need sun visors at all. So the speakers, talked about the stereo and speakers. So on this particular truck, you can only do a single DIN. So I put a single DIN with Bluetooth capabilities and the speakers in the doors. So these Mitsubishis, and actually typically all the trucks, they put a 4-inch speaker in the doors in some models. So these door panels are universal to higher class models, and they actually, most of them have a stamped out spot on the back side where the speaker would sit. So a 4-inch speaker, just cut the holes, put your screws in. That's pretty much all you got to do. You can add tweeters up here, depending on how tall you are. Maybe you can put a sound bar up top here. So yeah, that's a few things that I liked about the Mitsubishis. What I would do to them: upgrading your rear shocks. Of course, if you're doing a lift, you're probably going to want to or have to upgrade a rear shock to something taller, more durable. This particular truck, we put a 5.5-inch lift on it, again with rough country 3-inch lift shocks. So they're very sturdy, really stiffens up the rear end as far as ride, and it's just, this truck's a whole nother beast from what you would find out of a regular U62 Mitsubishi. This truck isn't finished yet, but we are going to do a bed liner on it, do a Raptor, just a classic black bed liner. We're going to do the bed up the back of the cab, the roof. I'm going to integrate it into the front as well, just to kind of break up some all this white and make it all match and go together. So that's the U62 of what I think simple modifications will do to make the truck more enjoyable. You can utilize it more and enjoy it more. A couple other things on this truck is the front brush guards. Here's a picture of what one would look like. So a brush guard on the front mounts to the chassis. It's going to protect all of us up here. The radiator's right here, so you can keep brush from beating up against the bumper. You know, it's just a plastic bumper up here. So if you can protect that, that'd be the greatest thing to do. So yeah, I guess going on along with the bumper in the front, do the bumper in the back as well. We can do a bumper all the way across it with a 2.5 or a 2-inch receiver with safety chain hooks, and you can kind of protect the back end of that bed as well. So yeah, I guess that'll do it for this U62, and we're going to do a little bit of walkthrough on all these others, so check them all out. They're going to be links in the descriptions for all these videos for each one of these trucks. So yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it gives you some ideas and creativity, and we'll catch you on the next one.